What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kev here, back with another video. We're doing some more NBA prize picks tonight. Guys, if you are new to the channel or new to Prizepicks is essentially a daily fantasy sports platform where instead of picking players, you actually pick the overs and unders on the point projections of players. So it's pretty cool in that aspect. As you can see, I'll give you an example. We have Steph Curry at 50 points. We can take the over or under on that depending on how we think he's going to do. And we pair that 2, 3, 4, or 5 times between that many players. So it's sort of like a parlay in that aspect. As you guys know, my favorite aspect of this is that you can actually pair them between different sports. So I can take the over of Steph at 50, under of Vooch at 48, and switch over to, let's see here, I don't know, golf. I've been using that as an example. Anybody different, anybody interesting? Rory. You can take the over of Rory at 69.5, so that's pretty cool. And, pair that with your NBA picks. So absolutely love that aspect of it. Guys, if you do sign up, please use code DGF. It really helps us, really supports the channel. I think we're still working to check to make sure it should still be going on, but we had a promo where if you did use our code, you get 100% match up to $100 on your first deposit, but we got to check into that, so don't hold me to that. But yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun, and definitely check it out, guys. But if you have done it before and you are signed up, obviously you know what I'm talking about, and let's get into these prize picks. So, Steph Curry at 50 points is our first person on the slate here, and these lines do adjust, guys. Some of them take big leaps. I saw Giannis yesterday took a 4-point leap by the time slate actually locked, so just be careful of that. And but you guys can usually get a general idea with the information I give you. If it's a slight over and that that number changes a bit, maybe avoid it. If I'm saying over, it's obvious, then maybe a 2-point change won't change my opinion on that. So you guys can probably figure out that part for the most part on your own. But yeah, Steph at 50, I'm going to avoid. Gonna avoid him for the bajillionth time this year. He's just so damn spotty. I mean, I hate it. He has cleared about 50% of the time, but still, it's just, that's a nightmare. That's what you hate to see. Someone who's over 50% of the time, under 50% of the time. I mean, his last couple games, 53, 46, 34, 63, 38, 51, 70, 38. I mean, that's a nightmare. Just avoid that nightmare and be thankful you did. Moving on, we got Vooch at 48. No reason really talking about him. I avoided him at 48 2 days ago on Wednesday's slate. I'm going to avoid him again. Don't need to really make a bigger thing than that. He's a good player, but I'm going to avoid him for similar reasons to Steph. Moving on to Jokic, my boy. It's my first draft pick or first round pick in NBA season long this year, but keeping the bias out of this is very close, very, very close. I will take the slight over here. Great player, obviously, clears at about a 70% rate. When we're looking at 56 is still super friggin' high. It's close at 56, but I think I got to take the over. 70% is my line. That is a slight over, but 70% is where usually I make my line, and he clears that, so got to take him at 56. Colin Sexton, new guy. Haven't really seen him too much on the slate. Nice to see Sexton on here. Usually don't, see him, like I said, so that's cool, but I will. This is interesting. At 34 points, I'll take a stab at Colin Sexton at 34 points. I'm going to go under. It's close, but he has been under 8 of his last 11 games, which is good enough for me. Obviously, that reaches that 70-point click. It's still close, and, this might be a one and done for him, depending on how, we see him moving here, and if he's on a couple more slates, we don't know if sometimes Prizepicks does this. They'll throw some guy in randomly one slate, and then they don't really put him back, but we'll see. Definitely see how this goes as well, but yeah, I think you can take a shot at the under at 34. I mean, he showed me enough consistency and enough times hitting under where I feel comfortable taking that. Moving on, we have Young, my boy Trae Young. Every single time, you guys know I love taking the over on him. I did say we might have, tapped this well dry with the way he played. He had a 3-game streak of just absolute miserable. Like, I mean, I shouldn't say miserable. I mean, it was still like in the 30s. It's not like he dropped like a 15-point game, but we were so used to, seeing great consistency from him. There was a point where I think he cleared, I want to say like, it was something crazy. 10 out of 11 games, I want to say, he cleared his point projection, so that's just free money. So the fact that that was an option at a time was awesome. I still will take the over of him. He still has cleared 45 points 11 of his last 15, and that includes his 3-game cold streak. So I mean, we took him last time for the over. That was kind of his, I don't want to say his last chance, but maybe last chance for a while, and he smoked it, so it was nice to see him back on track. So I will be taking the over on Young again. Hopefully it doesn't burn us. Moving on to Jason Tatum at 44 points. You know, Tatum is just a trap. He's an absolute, you know, friggin' Prizepicks trap. I love him, Boston boy. Got to support him, but he is a trap. He will be under a couple games in a row, and you know, make us want to take the under, and then he'll hit over. He'll be over 4 games in a row, 5 games out of 6, and then we'll take the over, and then he'll flop. So I mean, I'm just gonna avoid this dude for now. He's just a problem, an absolute Prizepicks nightmare, and just traps us every time. So I'm just gonna keep avoiding Tatum. Moving on to Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, not a trap. Super fair for 42. I mean, that's very generous of Prizepicks in my opinion. It's a tougher matchup for Friday's game than he's had recently, but he's been lights out, clearing 42 points 6 of his last 7 games, and that one game he missed of the 7, it was by 0.7 points, so less than a point. So he has been absolutely lights out, and I think you can take the over of 42 for LaVine. Moving on, we got Joel Embiid. 52, slight over here. I like Joel. I think he's playing really good. Playing the Bulls, who are allowing the fewest fantasy points to centers, which is a little scary. Ranked number 1. That being said, he still cleared it 9 of his last 12 games, so 75% rate there out of his last 12 games. Love to see that. That's good enough for me, so I will be taking the slight over on Joel. That's going to do it, guys. That's our 8 players to start off the slate. Like I said, they dropped, you know, just about 3 times as many players usually by the time slate locks. But yeah, I think you can, you know, take the over of Embiid. I think you can take the over on LaVine. I'd probably avoid Tatum, take the over of Young, under on Sexton, over on Jokic, and then avoid these 2 guys to start. So that's a pretty good amount, guys. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's out of these 8 players, I gave you 5, you know, hard, solid takes. I mean, I can't promise that all or any of them are going to happen, but you know, I'm taking some good stances on this slate, so definitely take advantage of it. If you do enjoy the video, guys, please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. We have some more content for you guys coming tomorrow for MMA, which is awesome. I'm really excited for that. A lot of heavyweight fights, a lot of good high octane fights on that card. I think as it stands, it's still a 14 or 15 fight slate, so fingers crossed. Hopefully it stays that way. We have basketball every single night. As you guys know, we've been watching TJ and Matt do their live before lock breakdowns, so that's fun too. So definitely make sure to tune into those, and really appreciate you guys tuning in. So thank you, and as always, let's cash.